I never thought a normal day at the office could turn into a nightmare at home. My wife Laura and I had been married for 5 years. Our life was simple: quiet dinners, shared chores, and weekend walks. I trusted her completely. But that trust shattered in a single phone call, delivered in a tone that left my blood running cold. Her boss, Mr. Daniels, a man whose ego matched the size of his corner office, had called me unexpectedly. He said it casually, almost like a joke, but there was no humor in his voice. "She belongs to me now," he claimed. The words hung in the air, jagged and heavy. I didn't respond immediately. I needed to hear it again because surely I had misunderstood. "No, you didn't," he repeated, laughing under his breath. "Your wife, she's mine now. You're just background noise." I felt my heart tighten. My marriage, my vows, my life, it all seemed meaningless in that moment. The betrayal wasn't just implied, it was flaunted. Every memory of us, every small promise we had shared, now felt like fragile paper in the hands of a hurricane. I confronted Laura that evening, hoping for a denial, for a defense. "Laura, what did he say?" I asked, my voice low, steady but trembling. She looked at me, eyes wide, a mixture of shock and disbelief crossing her features. I don't know what you mean. He's joking, right?" Her uncertainty made my stomach churn. I knew she wasn't lying, but I also knew she wasn't defending me. The moment stretched, silent and suffocating, until the tension became unbearable. I decided then and there, I wouldn't react rashly. I would let him prove his arrogance himself. Minutes later, I walked into his office under the guise of a professional visit. He greeted me with his usual smirk, confident, arrogant, sure of his power. And that's when I realized, sometimes, the most satisfying victories are quiet, calculated, and delivered in a way that makes the arrogant stumble in their own hubris. I stood in Mr. Daniels' office, pretending to review a report, while he basked in his imagined triumph. He glanced up, smirk still in place, clearly expecting me to flinch, to apologize, or to stumble over my words. "So," he said casually, leaning back in his chair, "you've heard what I said, right? About Laura?" I nodded slowly, keeping my expression neutral. "I heard." His smirk widened. "Well, you see, I'm a powerful man. People like me, we get what we want." I studied him carefully. Every gesture, every confident tilt of his head, revealed the exact place where arrogance had made him blind. And that's when I chose my moment. "Then I suppose you think you can take her from me," I said quietly. He chuckled, leaning forward, as if to mock me. "I don't think I know. She's mine now. You can't change that." The office was silent, save for the faint hum of the air conditioner. I let the words hang, my body relaxed, calm. But my mind was racing. Minutes felt like hours, and I watched his smug expression falter just slightly. "I see," I continued, my voice smooth, deliberate. "You're so confident because you underestimate one thing. You assumed she had no choice, that her loyalty and respect were yours to claim." The moment hit him like a wave. His smirk flickered, a twitch at the corner of his mouth, disbelief creeping in. He opened his mouth, but no words came. "I think you'll find," I said softly, "that respect and trust aren't yours to command. You may have imagined victory, but the truth always finds a way to correct arrogance." By now his posture had shifted. He leaned back, eyes wide, realizing too late that he had been playing in a game he didn't understand. He had underestimated the bond between us, the loyalty, and the quiet strength that comes from knowing your worth. I left the office minutes later, calm, unshaken, while he remained behind, frozen and stunned. He had claimed power, mocked our relationship, and now, all that remained for him was the bitter taste of his own miscalculation. The lesson was clear. Some people eat their words. And when they do, the taste is always humbling. When I walked out of his office, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. The tension that had been building for weeks, the constant fear that some outside force could dismantle my marriage, began to dissolve. Laura was waiting at home, unaware of the storm that had just passed, her expression a mixture of curiosity and worry. I took her hands in mine, looking her in the eyes. "He won't be a problem anymore," I said quietly. "You belong to no one but yourself, and to me, as you always have." She blinked, her eyes filling with tears. I I thought I was trapped, she whispered. He tried to control everything, even me. I hugged her close, feeling her trembling. The truth of the night's events wasn't just a victory over arrogance. It was a reminder of why we married each other. Trust, respect, and loyalty weren't just words. They were actions, and they could never be forced. The next day, rumors of the confrontation spread through the office. Some colleagues whispered, some laughed, but no one doubted what had happened. Mr. Daniel's confidence had crumbled, and in the end, his own arrogance had been his undoing. At home, Laura and I sat in the living room, drinking tea in silence, the quiet hum of our normal life returning like a tide washing over jagged rocks. The fear, the humiliation, the anxiety. It all felt like a shadow of a memory rather than a living thing. And in that moment, I understood something crucial. Power can intimidate, arrogance can bluff, and threats can feel suffocating. But love that is built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding is unshakable. It doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists, steady and unbroken. As I looked at Laura, I realized that the real victory wasn't in humbling a boss or proving a point. It was in preserving what truly mattered. Our bond, our vows, and our lives together. Mr. Daniels had learned the hard way that some lines can't be crossed, and some hearts can't be commanded. And for us, life returned to its quiet rhythm, stronger, wiser, and unbreakable.